Hi, I'm Karen with Karen's Unique Casings, and today I'm going live on my business site. I'm going to do a play on a squash blossom necklace, and the chain is already beaded, and I've already, because I messed up and I made 9mm, I was going to post that, but I didn't like it. I took 22s and then little turquoise beads, but they're not actual turquoise, they're turquoise color, and I put in the center of each one. And then these are little turquoise beads on here, and then silver beads in between. All right, and then I have this piece. All right, now I'm going to put that in the center. I have a little jumper or a little clasp here, a little metal clasp. So I'll put that there. Now I want to talk a little bit about the squash blossom necklace. There's debate on if it's Spanish or if it's Indian. They think in the 1800s, the Indians saw the Spanish and played on it and made the squash blossom necklace. So that there's a lot of scholars debate. They think it came from the Spanish. However, it could have came from the Indians. Now there's debate on if it was Navajo or what group. Navajo is usually the ones that they say is the ones that have the squash blossom necklace. Now, I was reading a lot on it because I'm very interested in it, and it looks like it did come from the Spanish by all the scholars and what they say, and that the Indians saw it, and the reason they name it squash blossom is because the Indians are known for their corn and their squash. So there you go. So anyway, this is a squash blossom necklace, and they think that the ones that they saw from the Spanish was different than this. Now the reason they call it squash blossom, and I tried to do it with 9mm and it didn't look right, is they blossom out the silver and the silver beads. Now the ones from the 1800s was mainly metal, and they were metal beads. It was more like this. I didn't want to do that, but it was more like this, and then they fluted out the metal, and now I have 1 or 2 pieces of turquoise. So, anyway, on this, I'm going to show you a little bit on how to do it. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. That'll take way too long, and, you know, if you set and bead, it takes a very long time. And I want to tell everybody the Okie Mark is closed today. That's at the Outlet Mall. I have things there. They are actually closed today. They should open back up at 10. So feel free to go out there. There's a lot of Made in Oklahoma items. I'm personally out there. So feel free to look that up and see what they have. Now, I have this stone. And of course you drill through it if it's not already got the hole. And I have special bits to drill through stone. Then I drill through the 22. Okay? Make sure that if you're using gun casings, that they're clean. Now I take this little wire and I bend it up on the top. I think I bent it up too far. Just a second. And it has snowed while I'm doing this. It has snowed, I believe it's like 7 inches here. Oh my goodness. So I woke up to the yard and everything just full of snow, and my labs did not know how to react to that at all. All right. So I put it through. Now I'm going to put it through, and I put the wire through the middle of the 22. I'm going to push this down. You have to push a little hard. You have to be careful because you can break these really easy. You can break your beads too, or the stones. These really aren't beads. All right, I have this handy dandy tool here. And what I'm going to do is I will make a loop. Now, instead of putting these on jumper beads, like a lot of people would, I like the way they hang when they're put right there. So I'm going to put this one up here. And as you can tell, I've been doing all of this because I didn't like the way those 9mm look. They just didn't look cute. But I love the way this looks. I would wear this. The way the 9mm looked, I fluted them out. They just didn't look, I didn't like it. I personally didn't like it. And so I thought, well, I'll change it up and then I'll go live. So, and I'm going to apologize right now. My eyes are all swollen. I have another sinus infection. Well, actually, I don't think I ever got rid of that one. So I'm going to just tell you right now, it looked worse yesterday. That's one reason I didn't go live yesterday. Is because my face was so swollen. My eyelids. All right. So I've got it on there. I got it between the silver beads. I thought about putting it between the turquoise beads. I'm going to take my glasses off so I can see what I'm doing. But I didn't care for it a whole lot when I did that. And it made it just too tight. And I just didn't like that. It was way too tight. So, here we go. I'm going to stand up. Sometimes standing up just kind of helps me a little bit. So then, I take this. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I should have a GoPro on my head so you can actually see it, but I don't. And I hope everybody had a good New Year. So far, it's not been bad here. Other than tons of snow. Tons and tons of snow. But that's not, it's kind of a beautiful way to start a new year. Wake up with all that snow. Okay, so you can kind of see, and then I have a little bit of wire there. What I'm going to do is I have these little handy dandy cutters, and I'm going to cut that wire off. And I'm Karen with Karen's Unique Casings. And the reason I came up with that name is a lot of names were already taken. And Karen is my name. And it's spelled K-A-R-O-N, not E-N. So, that way, you know. So when you're looking me up, I have an Etsy. I have a couple of videos on YouTube. I may place this one on YouTube as well. I have a couple of videos on YouTube. And then I have my Facebook business page, which is Karen's Unique Casings. So, feel free, and if there's something you like, I can mail it directly to you. You can't come here and shop. This is not a store. My shop is just for me making my items out of. But, if you see something you like, or if you have a question, just let me know, and I can send it to you direct. And then I have a few things at the Okie Merc out at the Outlet Mall. And feel free to go there and look around. Now I'm going to put this one over here on this side. I'm going to take this off and bring it closer to you so you can see what this looks like. Now see, this chain was beaded, and it's got the silver beads, and then it's got the little squash blossoms. These are supposed to be floss. And if you noticed when I did, if you were looking, I fluted these 9mm. Well, they didn't look right hanging. I didn't like it. So I ended up going with 22s. So this is my play on the Indian version of the squash blossom necklace, or Spanish, whichever you choose. But these date all the way back to the 1800s. So I just thought that was really interesting, and today I wanted to do that. Wanted to show you guys something, and I'm wearing something I've made, and it is wings with a 45 in the center, and I just love it. I've only made a couple of those. A friend of mine, I gave one to her, so there's only a few people that have these, but I make them every now and then, and so I just love it. Anyway, I'm going to get off here, and you guys have a good day. Also, I wanted to talk about something before I let you guys go. I repurpose, or I reuse, and the same goes, I had a gentleman, his name was, I can't remember his first name, his last name, Love. He does bracelets, he does out of spoons, and rings out of spoons and out of coins. His trash happened to be the round part of the spoon. Well, I used the round part of the spoon to hammer out and make Oklahomas. He got in contact with me, and guess what? I take his trash that he was going to throw away, and I make something beautiful out of it. So I have all these silver Oklahomas that I've hammered out, that I've cut, because his trash was the round part of the spoon. He only used the long part. And so I just think that you repurpose, you reuse. I'm all into that. That's just like my shop. If you've watched that video, a lot of it, most of it came from the leftover from our house. The paint, the siding, what we could use. We did have to buy a few things, insulation here and there, tin for the roof, but even the tin for the roof. Lowe's, they didn't like it because it had been bent at the corner and we could use it. And they gave it to us at discount, but they would have ended up throwing that away. So there's so many things you can repurpose and make something beautiful out of. And I try to do that with my gun casing jewelry. And so if there's anything, I use pearls and real stones. If there's anything I make that you like, give me a shout out. And I can even gift wrap, and I can ship. Or you can go down to the outlet mall and look it there. Look online. Feel free. Talk to me. You can send me a message through Messenger right here. I have it where you can do that. So you guys have a good day, and I hope you have a Happy New Year.